What's up, YouTube? Today was the first debate of 3 debates, and it was like a UFC event, almost a Conor McGregor-like pay-per-view showdown that I was really looking forward to, probably more than the NBA Finals or anything else that's going out there, I should say. And in this video, I'm going to go ahead and discuss this debate, if there is a winner between Trump, Biden, or Wallace, and if this debate answered any of your questions as a potential voter, and if it had swayed anyone to vote for one side or the other. Of course, my comments or my feedback is minimal. I would like for you to comment below and share some of your thoughts on who you thought won. Was the debate fair? Was anyone actually interrupting more than the other, and so forth? So let's get in this video together. Before I do, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. If you like some of my videos, I try to mix it up and make it fun here. So let's get into this video. Okay guys, so this was an interesting night. It was a night that I was looking forward to. It was a night that I did not know what happened. If you watch any type of news network, some are saying this would not go down or this may go down. And depending on whether Biden feels it's safe. I know the Trump campaign wanted to make sure that there were debates. They asked for more debates. They settled on less debates. But overall, the debate happened. And here are my thoughts on the debate. Earlier today at work, I was telling my teammate or coworker that if Biden could be coherent during the debate, he would prove a lot of people wrong that have been doubting him or have been putting out videos that he is not mentally there, that he's shot, that he's slow, or whatever the terms that they've applied to him could be. He actually, in my opinion, proved them false. For most of the debate, except for a couple questions, he was on point. He knew what the question was. He answered the question. There's a couple times where Chris Wallace, who actually interrupted a lot as well as Trump, there was a couple times where Chris Wallace had to remind him of the question that he had during the debate. But aside from that, I felt like Biden held his own in the debate, and he proved a lot of people wrong. Now, in terms of him swaying Trump voters to vote for him, I don't know if that matters, but a lot of people thought that Biden would get destroyed by Trump going into this presidential debate because of the way he's been answering some of these questions out there, kind of being lost and reading from a teleprompter. So this was a very interesting debate, and I give kudos to Biden for keeping it together for an hour and a half as I ate sunflower seeds and drank a lot of wine just to get through this event as well. Chris Wallace. So let's talk about Chris Wallace. He tried to maintain order. I don't know if he's a fan of Trump or he's a fan of Biden. I believe him and Trump don't get along as much. He did interrupt a lot when Trump was trying to respond. Now, in all fairness, the Trump campaign did agree to 2-minute rounds. Each candidate would get 2 minutes to state their viewpoint, and they cannot rebuttal. And that's what Trump was trying to do. He was trying to rebuttal a lot of Biden's statements. So it seemed to me that Biden had an advantage when he would be the last person as the final word, and Trump was not having it. He did interrupt or wanted to add his 2 cents to it, and then Chris Wallace would interrupt and so forth. So in the next debate, I would actually like to see someone like Herb Dean debate this event where there is more law and order, or there is someone that allows them to fight it out. I mean, we've been waiting for this debate for months, guys. It's been hyped up with coronavirus. Everyone is sitting at home, and it's nonstop politics being fed into your mind through YouTube, Facebook, whatever you're listening to. And I wanted to see these guys go at it. And unfortunately, with Chris Wallace interrupting, they were not able to go at it as much. So the next debate, whoever's going to moderate it, I hope that they take the gloves off and really dig deep into these while still staying on topic. Both candidates, Trump and Biden, have made solid points during the debate. Some highlights include, and I'll go from the Trump side first. Trump tried to make sure that he let people know that no law enforcement supports Biden, which is the case. He did ask Biden at one point, name one law enforcement agency that supports you. And Biden couldn't name it and refused to name it. Maybe because there is none, or maybe there is one out there. I'm not sure. But overall, he wanted to make that as a solid point that law and order supports the Trump administration. Biden's plan was to blame a lot of coronavirus issues on Trump. He almost made it seem like Trump created this problem, did not act to this problem, or he ballooned the problem by not responding quickly. And Trump tried to rebuttal that with, hey, I was the first one to prevent, people from China and Europe coming over by blocking visas and blocking the flights. And Biden kept on going with that. He kept wanting to blame pretty much the downfall of the economy, the deaths, and everything else on Trump that was related to the coronavirus. Trump did try to counteract that with the SARS. Biden had his numbers in hand where he said that was only 14,000 deaths, almost as if that they knew he would counter with SARS during the Biden-Obama administration. Anyway, these two guys were going at it. I did find Biden to be a little bit rude during the debate. Now, a lot of people said that Trump is classless, he has a bad mouth, a potty mouth, and so forth. And I've heard some things he's said in the past, and I was not too fond of some of those things as well. But in this debate, Trump kept it professional, in my opinion, aside from all the interrupting going back and forth by both candidates and Chris Wallace, who's the third candidate in this debate. But Biden said some really nasty things. First of all, he called the president a clown. He told him to shut up. In fact, he said, "Shut up, man." And he called him man, or finished his sentence off with man at certain times, which I found to be unprofessional during a presidential debate and almost looked like he lost some cool. One little topic that was pretty good was Biden tried to show that his son, Beau, I believe, was a great veteran and so forth. And Trump reacted to that saying, I don't know who that is, but what about Hunter, who got kicked out of the military for cocaine use? And at the same time, he tried to say and have Biden admit that his son Hunter accepted what Trump is claiming $3.5 million from Moscow. So that seemed to be a big question that was not really answered by Biden, or Biden actually stated that that's a lie. And I'm not sure if it is a lie, so do your own research. However, Chris Wallace seemed to not be as interested in picking that question up. He did seem to stick to his questions, and he tried to get the answers to his questions. When certain things were brought up during those times of questions, such as Hunter Biden getting millions, or Biden threatening to withhold billions of dollars of aid with Ukraine, and so forth, those were kind of dismissed. The topics largely were focused on the coronavirus issue, as well as the BLM protests and the Antifa protests, which were also not answered by Biden that much. And they really kind of went back and forth. As a viewer sitting at home, I think Biden did a great job looking into the camera like I'm looking now and telling you, I care about you and you and you. And he did that really well. I don't feel like Trump made an effort to connect with the person sitting on their couch eating potato chips. And that may not be his audience. He was really trying to attack Biden more. But Biden did do a good job making a connection, or at least trying to talk some sense or something to the camera as if he's talking to you in the living room and he needs your vote. Neither party talked about the Latino vote in this debate. That was very interesting. It was focused on black people, or Black Lives Matter, or African American people, and it was also focused on white people or Caucasian people. It was really interesting to me that at one point Chris Wallace did question Trump about white supremacy and if he denounces it. Trump said, of course he denounces it. He does not believe in white supremacy. But that same question could have been posed to Biden if he denounces, say, Antifa or BLM, because they've been causing a lot of riots or associated with a lot of riots. Now, I know some of you may not like me saying that, but the truth is a fact. There are riots happening, and BLM is graffitied where those riots are happening, or Antifa is graffitied during those riots. So I am just stating facts. So I felt it was unfair for Chris Wallace to ask Trump about white supremacy while completely ignoring the Antifa and BLM questions as potential problems. I also felt Chris Wallace was a little bit more against Donald Trump than he was against Biden. That's my personal take on it. I don't mind. I think Trump is a stronger figure. Personally, he was like a bull in this debate versus Biden was more calm, which could be respectful as well, except for those words and telling him to shut up and calling him a clown and an idiot. Or I think he said idiot. Fact check me on that. I'm not sure. But he was saying nastier name calling or bullying words to Trump in this debate. But I felt like Chris Wallace was more on Donald Trump. And I think that's because Donald Trump, with his persona and personality, tried to take over the argument or rebuttal the argument, and Chris Wallace had to do his job and also try to shut him down. So in the next moderation, I want the moderator to stay away. I want this to be a full bar fight, all no gloves, go at it. We want to hear the truth and we want to hear some answers. All right. Another question, defunding the police. This has been a big thing for this whole political movement that's happening in the United States. I am so against defunding the police. In fact, I think if you ask anyone with some type of mentality or sane mind, they will be against defunding the police. Now, I'm not against training the police more or having repetitive training. I don't condone certain things that the police do. I've been pulled over probably more times than the average person driving around late at night and so forth in my cars. But I will say that I'm against defunding the police because when things hit the fan, the cops are the ones you're going to call. And if something ever does happen, you need the police there on your side. And I feel like the police have the toughest job in the country and in the world. And if not properly trained, they will be bad police officers. If properly trained or if they're good people, they're going to be good police officers. So I feel like they have the toughest job. And during the debate, Trump clearly said he is not for defunding the police. And he tried to raise and make Biden aware, or the viewers aware, that Biden has mentioned that he kind of will do a reimagining or restructuring of the police department. Now, if you guys do your research, that is in history a terrible idea, to destruct or defund the police and assume some type of political power over the people. So I am completely against it. I think they have the hardest jobs. I think they don't get enough respect as they should get. And I always try to donate to the police departments and teach my kids to respect law and the police. So police, please give them credit. I don't want to defund them. And Biden could not clearly answer that, in my opinion, because he has been caught in the past saying that he is for reimagining, restructuring, or whatever that means to defund the police department. Well, Trump was clear on it that we need strong police force to maintain law and order. And I like that about his comment. As a viewer, I don't know if you are affected. Let me know if you went into this debate and if any of these two candidates changed your mind. Comment below. So personally for me, I don't feel like they answered. There's so much bickering back and forth. I don't feel like they answered some core questions. And I don't feel like my mind was changed which candidate I'm going to vote for based on what I believe in and my beliefs. And I don't feel either candidate changed my mind. One thing that did change my mind is I thought that Biden was going to do worse in terms of being coherent during this debate. And I found him to be actually pretty coherent during this whole thing. So the Republican Party has been trying to smash him on this president can't run, he's not fit, and so forth and so forth. And during this debate, he held his own really well. I think that's a big plus for the Democratic Party, and I think it's a big plus for the Biden campaign as well. So as a business owner, as a small business owner, a few businesses, I definitely am watching pretty much all these political changes and movements and so forth, and what you could defend and what you can't defend. I think hopefully they have a better moderator for the next debate that allows these guys to talk, that also asks some better questions. I think the 2-minute routine, 2 minutes here and 2 minutes there, actually favored Biden, and Trump interrupting Biden actually helped Biden. I feel like there were a couple of times that if Trump did not jump in there and try to interrupt him, Biden could have fumbled at the 1-yard line and so forth and made some mistakes. But Trump took that conversation over. He didn't let Biden talk and ramble on and on and on like I've seen him do quite often here lately. And he took that over. So what happened was Biden was kind of saved by the bell, in my opinion, during certain times of these conversations. The 2-minute system really works for him. The system really works for him when there is no rebuttal. And I think I'm looking forward to the next debate. Am I disappointed with this debate? No way. I think this debate was a great starting point for something that hopefully will develop into something more. So again, comment below. Give me some of your feedback. I know there's celebrities and politicians and Instagrammers and so forth are commenting certain things that are out there. Some of my favorite quotes from the night were from Donald Trump because he made it a little bit more funnier. He mentioned to Biden that he's done more in 47 months than Biden has done in 47 years. And that was a big old argument for him. Why would you elect someone that's been in government for nearly 50 years and has not changed some of the common problems that exist today? Biden also tried to say he's for the black vote or the African American vote. However, Trump did say that because of him, he had the lowest unemployment rate. He did end incarcerations for African Americans. And there were some other things that he mentioned that showed that he was actually helping the community versus trying to hurt the community. And then he pointed out that, hey, Biden, you were in government 47 years. How are you complaining about it now? Or what are you going to do to make it better in the future? Okay, guys, so that's my video on the presidential debate. The next debate is Wednesday, October 7th. I'm looking forward to it. It's a round 2 matchup. I hope you like this video. Please go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. Now, please comment below. I know there's a lot of you out there that have your own thoughts and opinions, and I love reading all these comments. And no matter which side you're on, I still love you and still support you. Just to share your feedback, because that's what America is about. We should be able to debate and should be able to share how we feel without really hating each other and judging each other. So comment below and let me know who you guys think won, if the moderator was out of hand, if Trump was out of hand, or if Biden was out of hand, and if Biden surprised you with how coherent he was. Look forward to reading and replying to your comments. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys here next time. Thank you.